Today, we're going one-on-one with Dr. Renee Fowler Hornbuckle as she gives an in-depth, step-by-step, retrospective look on recalibrating your life from the inside out. Come along on this journey as Dr. Renee speaks.
Today on Dr. Renee Speaks, I never thought I'd be a single parent. Let me add, with no child support, no alimony, but I am. So guess what I want to talk about today? Parenting your children through crisis, divorce, calamity. You can do it. So I found myself faced 12 years ago with this catastrophic event that I keep talking about. It's part of my testimony, that's why I talk about it. But there were so many things that were affected when that happened. One was that I went from being a co-parent to being a single parent, now raising 3 beautiful children that had a great future as a single parent with no child support and no alimony, going through a crisis in my life. I would look at those 3 babies and they became my why, and still are my why for living. They were my reason for getting out of bed in the morning. When I looked at them and I thought to myself, you know what? They've been through a lot. They don't deserve to lose anything. They have great destiny, and destiny for their lives will be fulfilled. So what did I do? As a single mama, again with no child support, no alimony, that's going to be important in a second, I made a decision that I was going to parent my kids, that I was going to do the best that I could. So I didn't allow my circumstances to overwhelm me. Were there days it was hard? Absolutely. There were days when I could just muster up enough strength to get out of the bed to be able to run carpool. But I made a decision that, you know what, I want to be there for them, because I understood that based on what I did, that my children would take their clues from me. So here I am, faced with being a single mama, and I had to make some choices. Number 1, we're going to live. Number 2, I'm going to provide a roof over your head. Number 3, your dreams and all the visions that you had for your life, they shall come to pass. Now, what did I do practically? I made a decision to be involved in my children's life. I can't say that I was involved in everything, but from the moment that they awakened in the morning to the time that they laid down at night, they knew that I was available for them. I was there to listen to them, to be their greatest cheerleader. I don't know how I did it at times, because my kids are stair steps. But again, I just knew that they would look to me and that they would respond the way that I responded. So when it comes to parenting, especially as a single parent, I think you have to understand, first of all, that your purpose becomes raising those children. Yes, you have to work because you have to provide, but there are other things that we allow into our space that really distract us from fulfilling those premier assignments. So steering those kids to God, making certain that they're fulfilling destiny by making certain that they're getting their grades, that they're stepping it up, in whatever activities they're involved in. You have to be the one that directs them and guides them. In fact, the Bible says you train a child up in the way that they should go, and when they become older, they shall not depart. That's important because you have the responsibility to really put within them a strong foundation. So while we're going through all of this storm that we were faced with, I still allowed them to see me worship, see me pray, see me study the Bible. I took them to church. Not going to church was not an option. I encouraged them to handle their business, to do what was required and expected of them when it came to the classroom first, and then to their extracurricular activities. And so I ended up raising 2 football players, 1 volleyball player. My older 2 children were Division I athletes. They were able to have their college paid for. Here I am again, single mom, no child support, no alimony. So remember, I'm going someplace talking about finances. So Division I athletics paid for their degrees, their first degrees, and my oldest son's most of his second degree. I think I only paid $1,800 toward his 2 degrees. But we had a plan. They understood they had purpose. I helped them to understand that the choices that their father made did not dictate or control their future, their destiny, that God still had a plan for them, and my expectation was that they achieve it. It's not been always easy for them, and sure, they hit some bumps along the way, but yet and still, I'm proud to say today that I have 3 young adults, 2 with degrees, higher degrees, and 1 who's working on a degree. But let me tell you what made the difference. Me parenting, me being there, being available for them, probably intruding in their lives a lot more than probably what they wanted. I've been called a helicopter mom, that just means that I was always hovering over them, but I just showed up in their life. I was present in their life. I listened to them. I was observant in their life. When I noticed that there were odd behaviors, I asked questions. Did I catch everything? Absolutely not. I missed some things, because kids now are very clever. But I did not allow myself to be distracted and caught up in the fact that there was no child support, that there was no alimony. And so a lot of times we'll end up chasing $50, when we could be out ourselves making $5,000, really focus on fulfilling our purpose and destiny as well. But see, child support and alimony, as a divorcee, were not options for me because my ex was incarcerated. Boy, that's a whole nother, show right there, because we had to deal with the effects of incarceration on our family as well. So when I look at where we are now, we really should be devastated. We should not have achieved the things that we've achieved. But what made the difference was that they had a praying mama that made up in her mind that she was going to help those babies fulfill their destiny. Like I said, it wasn't easy. There was lack many times. There were times when I was concerned whether or not I was going to be able to pay the mortgage or if I was going to be able to keep the lights on. And I made certain that, no matter what, I had food on the table. So there were difficult times, but I did not allow another relationship to distract me. I did not allow the circumstances in which we were faced with to overtake me. And as a result of that today, I'm proud to say that I've been able to parent 3 incredible children that have stepped up, who have learned from our experiences, who I really almost, to some degree, feel are probably going to be more productive citizens because they've had to learn life the real way as opposed to the entitled way, which is how they started, very entitled, very privileged. But it's made them grounded. And so because of that, I'm a proud mama today. And so I say to you, you know what? You may be out there parenting alone, but first of all, you're never alone because God is always with you. You talk about praying. Oh my God. I would cry out to God at night and say, God, give me the strength to parent these children. Help to provide, God. I know you always make provision. I would speak to their destinies and decree and declare that they would make it, that they would achieve greatness, that they would not turn up any other way, that they would have great purpose and they'd be able to step into it and walk into it. It took a lot of effort, still takes a lot of effort because, they're still growing and they're still developing. But I'm telling you, if there's nothing else that you take away today, be involved in your children's life, parent them. You had them. And I know at times there may be things that you personally want to do and fulfill in your life, but do your due diligence in helping to raise them and to train them up. And then once they're established as effective, law-abiding, contributing citizens, then you can re-engage and start with your life. I'm at a place where now I'm ready to move on with my life, and but I know that I've done my job as God required for me to train those babies up in the way that they should go. I know that they've got a good foundation. I know that they're on track to achieve purpose and destiny. And that's what we have to remember as single parents, that we have the responsibility, whether we have help and or not, finances and or not, we have the responsibility. And we're given charge over the lives of those children to make certain that they're on the right path. Will they mess up? Yeah, they will. Will they do things that we, tell them not to do? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, you give them your absolute best. Don't have people creeping in your house. Don't have people around your children that you don't know. You be the parent. You do what's required. Those kids deserve it. You brought them into this world. I'm challenging you to step up and be a parent. I can gladly say that today I'm proud of the fact that I did not waver, I did not give up, I did not throw in the towel, I did not get distracted, because I know that those were the things that help my children now, today, to be able to achieve what it is that God had for them to achieve. Don't be selfish. Be a parent. I'm Dr. Renee, and I'm speaking to you, and I hope you hear me loud and clear. Parenting is not overrated. It works. So be a parent.
To partner and or support Dr. Renee, visit ReneeHornbuckle.com.